interview part of the preparation, and I think it's still a faraway thing because I believe that some of you and most of you have started beginning your preparation or are thinking of beginning it. But as I said, it's an integrated preparation. The only thing I think in terms of current affairs that becomes different for the interview is that you have to have opinions also of things. You can't just know the facts. You need to know causes, you need to know consequences, you need to sometimes defend what is happening. You can't just get away by reading monthly magazines. You need to read the newspaper. You can look at, so in terms of opinion formation, some things that I would suggest, some people have a problem talking or feel that you know stuff, but you can't say it out loud in a group of people. Some people are shy. So those things you can start working on from now onwards also. You can start, taking part in group discussions, sitting with a group of friends, talking about any topic which is happening in the news and seeing other people talk. So looking at, say, Rajya Sabha TV, there are certain discussions which happen, any sort of other discussions. I used to sometimes listen to Google podcasts. There are things, so there are lots of podcasts by certain newspapers. So Indian Express has this thing of 3 things by Indian Express. So any topic which is going on in the news, they talk about it in detail. So listening to these things, having those discussions with a group, so you get out of this inhibition of not wanting to speak. And don't be afraid of saying out the wrong things, because among friends, this is the only place you can, or among, say, teachers, this is the only place you can where you can correct yourself. So even if it's far away, these are things that you can start doing. It will even help you develop your personality in the long run. So start having these group discussions. If you think that you feel shy speaking, try to talk in front of a mirror. Some people are advised to do that if they are not comfortable doing that. So firstly, in terms of content, read newspapers, develop opinions on things, have discussions, look at videos, hear podcasts, try practicing these things, try practicing answering questions. Apart from that, the detailed application form that you get, that you fill towards the end. There are certain sections for hobbies, there are certain sections for things that you've done in school. So every single word you need to start, you need to prepare for. I think for that you can, think about it a little later, but I'm just informing you. Let's say you're from Odisha, so you'll have to prepare about the state, about the sex ratio, the cultural importance of the state. All of those things you'll have to prepare for. You might be asked questions about that. So the detailed application form. In terms of hobbies, some people are asked, how do you develop hobbies, or can you make up hobbies? So I would suggest that don't make up hobbies only for the application form. Try to cultivate those hobbies from the beginning of the preparation, or just like, I think generally also. I think there's not only studying which is there to life. There are things that you should develop a personality of a certain sort. Engage in whatever, be it a sport, be it any activity, be it any craft, singing, dancing, anything. So that I think it also gives you a break, because as much as I'm standing here and talking now, it's a very strenuous process. It's physically draining, it's mentally draining, and you need these an off time also in between. So cultivate a hobby from early on also. It'll, even if you want, it'll help you in the interview. Think of it as that also. But generally also, I think it'll help you if you develop something apart from only studying. So those are things that you can keep in mind for the interview. As for the last time when you enter the interview hall, I think calmness of a certain sort is important. Self-confidence is important, and those things you'll cultivate when you gain the content, when you gain the knowledge, and when you start practicing and doing these things from early on. So apart from your knowledge, it's also a test of your character. It's a test of how calm you can be in stressful situations. So that, I think, is my advice for the interview. Apart from that,